Now let's create this thing, this slider on the home page. So for that we'll use a very beautiful thing in Divi theme which is hardly available with any other competitor, which is the front visual builder. So at the top you'll see this enable visual builder. Just click on that. Now the visual builder is enabled, and now we can create everything that you see on the demo website. So now let's first create this slider. So for that, hover here, when you hover you see different buttons over here. As you can see, when you hover at different sections you see different buttons. Now we have to add this section. We have to click on this button, the blue button. It will insert a new section, and from here click on full width, insert section, and then click on full width. And from here select full width slider, this one. Now we have different options. For example, arrows, it shows it is selected show arrows, hide arrows. Now let me tell you what that is. As you can see, when we hover here on this section, we see two different arrows, so that we can change the sliding by our own self. So that is basically the setting we are talking about. So make sure it is show arrows, and then we have controls, show slider controls. See, these are basically the slider controls. Fine. Now rest everything is fine according to me. You can have automatic animation, so that instead without anyone pressing this different arrows, it will automatically change the slide. So if you select this, that will be activated, and you can also change the animation speed. Then you have parallax effect. You can also use a parallax effect if you want. Just select this, make this yes, and it will be done. And we don't want to use image from here, background image from here. So just leave these things and come over here and click on add new item. When we add a new item, we are basically adding a new slide. So basically now we'll be adding this slide. Here we have to put in the heading of this slider. The heading is new season, new styles, everything in caps. So let's type in new season, new styles. Fine. At present you won't see anything, or if you see carefully you'll see something over here. As you can see when I hover, because the color is set to white, and everything in the background is also white, so we are not seeing that. But when we put in the background image, you can see everything. Everything will be visible to you. Now the subheading is shop spring, okay, and the button text, it asks you the button text. Here it is the button text. It says shop now. So let's put in shop now in the button text. Button URL, you can put in the URL on which you want to redirect this button. Suppose I want to redirect this button to my cart page, then I have to put in the URL of the cart page. For now, just leave this, and now select the background image. I'll give you a link in the video description below, wherein you'll find all the images, everything, so that you can use the same images that I have used, or you can obviously use your own image. So now let's click on background image and click on media library if you already have some image, but we don't have any, so we'll have to select the upload files. Now click on select files. Okay, so this is the image I have used. When you click on that link which I am talking about, you'll get a zip file which says images, and when you will unzip those, you'll see two different folders, media and product images. In media you'll see this image. Okay, so just select this image and click on open. Okay, now click on upload an image. As you can see, we can see the image right now. Now you can set the image position. Let this be default because this is quite a big image. Basically when the image is small, you see different tile images, so we don't need this at present, so make this default. Background size also you can select cover, actual size, fit. Let this also be default. Background color, we don't want any background color because we have a background image. you can use background overlay. In fact, I would recommend you guys to use an overlay, because as you can see, when we see this image, we can see the text very clearly, but here we are not able to see the text very clearly. So when we use an overlay, it helps. For example, keep seeing this image, and when I select no and when I select yes, you'll see the changes over here. See, when I select no, this image becomes light, and when I select yes, there is a darker shade on the image. You can also change the color of that shade. For example, you can select background overlay color, and if you put yellow, as you can see, the everything becomes yellow, and you can change the opacity. As you can see over here, we can change the opacity for this. We can also change the color, green, blue, anything we want, but I want to make this as default, so I just click on clear. So this looks fine according to me. Now we also have text overlay, just leave that for now. You can also upload in a video, but we'll see that later. Now text color, light or dark. We want light, that is white, and dark, when you select dark, it will become black, but we want white because in our demo website also we have white text. Okay, and then we have this background image at MP4. You can upload in video, that we'll see later. Okay, now in the content, you'll have to type what you want over here. Shop Spring. So we'll type in Shop Spring. Okay, now just click on this tick button, save changes. Again, save changes, and as you can see, we get this very ugly blank space over here. Now what we have to do, we have to delete this space. So hover here, when you hover here, you'll see this blue section over here. Now here we have this dustbin icon, just click on that, and as you can see, the space is gone. Now we have to change the size, text, everything for these things. So for that, again, hover this section and you'll see this small box over here. Now click on this gear icon for the settings. Now again, select this one. This is the first slider which we have created, and click on design. Here we can select and we can, change all the font and the font size, the font color and everything. Okay, I just noticed that I have typed in a hope now instead of shop now. So let's go to the general option and change that to shop now. Okay, you can also change the custom arrow colors. For example, these are white. You can also change those colors. From here, you can change the dot navigation custom color. These are the dot navigation custom colors. You can change those also. And make sure the text overlay border radius is set to 3. Now let's change these things. This is the header at present. Now we don't want this much big header. For example, as you can see here, it is very small. So we want a small one. So just, you can, decrease the size from here. As you can see the changes on the image, over here, you can see the changes. You can set any size. I'm setting as 25. You can also type in 25 over here, because this is the size used in the demo website. So I'm following those standards. Also, if you notice, this is bold, so just click on bold from here and this will become bold. You can also change the size. Let's put it as 30 pixels. That will look fine. Okay, now we can change the letter spacing. Let me show you what letter spacing is. Make sure you see this thing, the title, and see the changes when we change the letter spacing, so you can do that also, but I'll keep it at 0 pixels. Now coming to body font, this is the body font. Now we want some really big font for this. So what we'll do is we'll select the maximum size, that is 100 pixels, and it is overlaying, but don't worry about that. We'll set this changes over here. Now from body line height, just increase this. Not this much. Okay, this much is fine. 1 EM is fine for. Okay, now we have to select this one, and this also should be bold. So come up over here in the body font, select bold. Okay, so now we have bold over here. We have bold this thing also. Now come down and select this one, use custom styles for button, and select yes, because we want to change this style for the button. Now the button is quite big. Now we have to decrease the size. Okay, you can decrease the size from here. I basically want 15 pixels, so just type in 15 over here. You can also select button text color, button background color. So as you can see over here, the text color and the background color are different. Text color is basically white, which is fine. As you can see, the text color of the button is white. Now we have to change the background color. So background color which I have used in this demo website is hashtag 3FB0AC. Now the border radius, as you can see around the border, around this button, you will see white line, that is the border. You can increase the radius of that and you can also decrease that, so it is all up to you. I personally think 2 pixel is fine, it is looking good. Now you can change different things over here. Again, button border color, at present it is white. You can change the border color also. For example, let's select red. Now you can see the border color is changed to red, but that looks awful, so just clear that. Now you can increase button border radius, which we have seen. Button letter spacing, again that is the same thing, letter space is the same thing, and click on this to undo this changes which you have. Now you can change the button font. You can also change the font for this and this from top. Now when you hover this, as you can see, there is an icon, an arrow icon. We can change that icon also. Let's see what we have used over here. We have used a cart icon, so let's use a cart icon for this one also. Okay, here it is. Now as you can see, when we hover this button, we are seeing a cart icon. We can also change the icon color, but we don't want to do that because it is white and it is looking fine. Okay, so I think everything is fine for now. Just click on save changes again. Okay, so this is how your website should look like now. So we have successfully created the first slide. Now let us create another slide. So again, click on this gear icon. And now there's a very special feature in Divi. Instead of doing the whole thing again and again, we can just click on that to copy this slide. So let's do that. Now as you can see, when we hover this, we can see the arrows and dot, which we were not seeing earlier because we had only one slide. Now because we have copied the same slide, we can see the thing again. Now let's again click on this gear icon to change the settings. So basically the thing is, we'll be keeping everything the same, the heading and the subheading and the button, because I have shown you how to create and how to edit these things, so we don't need any furthermore. We don't want to do the same thing and again. Now let's only see how to change the background thing. So at present we have a background image, so let's select this and delete it. We don't want a background image, now we want a background video. So come down, here you will see background video mp4. Just click on upload, click upload file, and as I said you, in that images media, you will see something called ink video. Just click on that and select open. Now click on upload a video. Now click on save changes. Okay, now let's change this slide and see the changes. Now as you can see, we have a video in the background. So once you do so, just click on over here save. If you're not getting this save option, you can click on this 3 dot. As you can see, the button which has 3 dot, when you click on that, you see the save button over here. So make sure you save all the changes which you have done so that you don't lose these changes. For this lecture, I think this is enough. In the next lecture, we'll be creating info box and we'll be setting we'll be setting up WooCommerce, and I'll show you about the settings of WooCommerce. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Keep watching. Thank you.